Nədir Heydarizm? Kimdir Heydarizm? Bugün biz Heydarizm haqqında hazırladığımız İngilis dilli materialın birinci hissəsini sizə təqdim edirik. İlk dəfə bunu siz görürsünüz. Bəyənin, paylaşın, mütləq paylaşın. Mütləq paylaşın, xahiş edirəm. Heydərizm və bu rejimi Azərbaycandakı vəziyyəti, deməli, Heydarizmin tapşırığı ilə, xahişi ilə Avropada, Kanadada, Amerikada fəaliyyət göstərən bir çox Azərbaycanlıların və Azərbaycandan olan jurnalistlərin yardımı ilə biz hazırlamışıq. Əmək istəyən hər bir adama da təşəkkürlü və minnətdarlığımı bildirirəm.
Welcome. This report prepared by Azər Freedom TV, and you're about to watch the first part of our comprehensive three-part report on the 30 years of the Aliyev regime. Let's get started.
For decades, the people of Azerbaijan have been suffering under the oppressive rule of Ilham Aliyev and his father, Heydar Aliyev. Their leadership has left a devastating impact on the country, making the call for a new era more urgent than ever. Heydar Aliyev's rule saw a significant decline in civil liberties, human rights, and democratic values. Political rivals, such as former Prime Minister Shurat Huseynov, were imprisoned on dubious charges. Journalists like Elmer Huseynov, editor of the opposition magazine Monitor, have been murdered, while others faced harassment and imprisonment. Elections, like the 1998 and 2003 presidential elections, have been marred by allegations of fraud and vote rigging to maintain control. Ilham Aliyev, since taking office in 2003, has continued this repressive legacy. In 2014, human rights activist Leyla Yunus was arrested on spurious charges and sentenced to 8 years in prison, demonstrating the regime's determination to silence opposition and dissent. The government has also closed down independent media outlets, such as the Radio Free Europe Radio Liberty Baku 2014, stifling free speech and perpetuating its narrative. Azerbaijan, despite its abundant oil and gas reserves, suffers from high unemployment rates, with youth unemployment at around 30% in 2021. The country's poor infrastructure and widespread poverty are evident, with around 5% of the population living below the poverty line. The Aliyev regime has funneled the nation's wealth to a select few, exemplified by the 2017 Azerbaijani laundromat scandal, which revealed a money laundering scheme involving European politicians, Azerbaijani elites, and offshore companies. Corruption and nepotism plague the Aliyev dynasty, with Azerbaijan ranking 129 out of 180 countries in Transparency International's 2020 Corruption Perceptions Index. Ilham Aliyev's family and close associates, such as the transport minister Zaya Mamedli, have amassed vast fortunes by controlling key industries, fueling resentment among the Azerbaijani people. The people of Azerbaijan deserve a transparent, accountable government that respects the rule of law, human rights, and democratic values. To bring about change, the international community must apply targeted sanctions on key regime officials and associates, support civil society organizations like the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety, and encourage free and fair elections monitored by international observers. In summary, the Aliyev dictatorship has caused immense suffering for the people of Azerbaijan. To reach its full potential, the nation needs a democratic government that respects the rights and freedoms of its citizens. In Azerbaijan, many dissidents and outspoken politicians have been targeted by the ruling regime. Afiadin Jalilov, once a close associate of Heydar Aliyev, is a prime example. Despite holding a prominent position within the government, Jalilov's connections with opposition leaders, and the media ultimately made him a target. His brutal murder remains unsolved to this day. Another prominent figure who has faced the wrath of the Azerbaijani government is Gurban Mamedli, a prominent political figure and founder of Azər Freedom TV. Throughout his career, Mamedli has been a strong advocate for democracy and justice in Azerbaijan, having been imprisoned several times under false charges and facing persecution by the regime. Mamedli's Azər Freedom TV has been a powerful voice in exposing the wrongdoings of the Azerbaijani government, and despite the government's harsh and inhumane methods to silence him, his platform continues to engage more viewers and followers. In 2020, the regime ordered the brutal demolition of Mammadli's family apartment, where his children and grandchildren lived, in an attempt to intimidate him further. However, this only served to strengthen the resolve of those who support Mammadli's cause. During the brutal incident, Mammadli's son-in-law questioned the authorities about the legality of their actions. When he asked Ferdowsi Jalilov, head of the legal department of the Narimanov District Executive Authority, whether they had a court order for the destruction and eviction, Jalilov shockingly replied, "We destroy it all, and then the court will come up with an order at a later date." This blatant disregard for the rule of law and due process is a stark reminder of the challenges faced by the people of Azerbaijan in their fight for democracy and justice. It also raises concerns about the international community's engagement with the Aliyev regime, especially when it comes to discussing democratic values with entities like the European Union. Gurban Mammadli has played a pivotal role in the formation of the political movement in Azerbaijan during the 1980s and 1990s. As a close friend and ally of Abolfaz Elchibey, the first legally elected president of Azerbaijan, Mammadli provided invaluable assistance during Elchibey's tenure. He was instrumental in the establishment of the Azerbaijani constitution and legal system.
Dostlar, bu bizim Azərbaycandakı vəziyyətlə bağlı hazırladığımız, çox yenirəm, xeyli insanın burada əməyi var. Hər birinə təşəkkür və minnətdarlığımı bildirirəm. Birinci hissəsidir. Biz qərar gəlmişik ki, bu rejimi bütün dünyaya çatdırmaq, tanıtmaq üçün İngilis dilində son 30 ildə baş verənlərin səllaməsini ardıcıl təqdim edək. Ona görə birinci hissədə Azərbaycan haqqında, mənim haqqında geniş informasiya verilir ki, bundan sonra yayacağımız informasiyanın kim tərəfindən yayıldığını dünya bilsin ki, mən kiməm, nəçiyəm, nə işlə məşğulam ki, bu məlumatları Azərbaycanın imzası ilə biz yayırıq. Kifayət qədər böyük material bazamız var, gecə-gündüz cəmaət işləyir. Yenə deyirəm, hər birinə təşəkkür edirəm. Ümid edirəm ki, bu material hazır olub dünyaya yayılandan sonra bunun hissəsi yayıb sonra birləşdirib bütöv bir material kimi təqdim edəcək beynəlxalq təşkilatlara. Onda hər şeyin sonu çatacaq Azərbaycanda.